back to this. I said basically for us to complete this session, or for you to complete this session as a beginner, you need basically 4 things. And those 4 things are the 2 softwares I said you should download, which are the VS Code, which is this environment, and the Floater SDK, which is this right here. So once you download, it might be a zip, you have to unzip it and then copy it to a location, any of your location. Now I've copied it to my C drive here. You can copy it to your download, to your document, or to your desktop, anywhere. But I will still show you what we need to do concerning the location where you have it on your PC. So the second thing that, the other things you will need are your phone, your mobile phone, Android. We are doing Android for now. Later on, we talk about the iPhone and the S code, which are the IDE used for developing iOS application. So your phone, your Android phone, and your Android phone cable. For us to set up the device or your PC, the first thing we do is, once you've done this or you've downloaded this, you come to this place. We are going to install 2 plugins for this, for us to be able to work with the Flutter SDK. Now, Flutter is a framework, and it's a cross-platform framework. Cross-platform simply means that you can write one code, use it to compile or to produce Android application, iOS application, web application, as well as desktop application. So that's why most people are migrating to Flutter when it comes to their mobile development. Unlike before, you have to develop with Java or Kotlin for Android and go to Swift for iOS development. So the 2 plugins we are going to be installing today are Flutter. You type it into this place, it will search for it. So this first one is what we are looking for. First one, it should have about 3 million plus downloads. So right here, you will have install button. I've already installed it. That's why it's showing me disable and uninstall. So once you click on install, it will install it, and this is what you get after the installation. The second thing that we will need is the Dart plugin. Now, the Dart is the programming language that supports the Flutter framework. Now, Flutter is a framework, that is a programming language. That's the distinction between both of them. Now, I hope you guys are following, or can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Right, I can hear you clearly, I understand.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So the Dart plugin, when you click on it, you see the install button here, somewhere here. You click on it, install, and you have this same interface here. So once this is done, we've done the first thing which we need to do for our setup. Now the second thing is to integrate the this Flutter SDK, which you downloaded. Now, once you download it, unlike other files where you have a setup, you click on setup, it runs and you start installation. It doesn't work like that with this. So what you do for this is to go to your PC. I'm assuming all of us are using a Windows operating system. We also have set up for how to set up MacBook and Linux and the rest of them. But for now, I'm working with Windows. So for here, just type env. Env means environment on your PC. You will see this edit the system environment variable here. You click on it. Once you click on it, it will take you to this system properties. On this system property, click on environment variable. The environment variable is located here. Click on it, and it will give you this interface. Now, what this place does is that it actually makes, it actually packs resources in your, or make resources or files in your system available for the computer to automatically pick it and execute any command it needs to execute. Now, for you to compile something like a Java application, you don't need to start typing on your on your CMD or command prompt, java.run, all these commands for you to compile, it automatically looks for this variable, Java home, and it picks it and do the running of a thing. So, but for the Flutter, we go to paths. This is the paths. We can either use this or this, but it's advisable to use this because when you use this, anybody that is going to make use of this PC doesn't have to go through all these processes again. This is system variable, and this is for the user variable, the current user. So I don't know if you guys are following the process. Any questions so far? Hello?
No question.
Okay.
So I click on this and it takes me to this place. I want to add the Floater SDK to my environmental variable. Now, for you to add the Floater SDK, you just click on New. And then we pause here for now. Now, for me to get the path to the Floater environmental variable, I have it here. So I need this path where it's located on my system. The short path, ways to get this is to click on this, go to property, and it will tell you where it's located. It's on my C drive directly, but I need the absolute path for this. So what do? I hold down the shift key on my system, and I right click on my mouse. It will give me this option, copy as path. If I don't hold down shift and right click here, it will not give me that option. So you must hold down the shift key, and right click. Then this copy as path will come up here. Once you copy this, let me show you what it looks like here. Notepad. Notepad, I paste it here. This is the path. Now, the things I need for me to execute Flutter command are located in this environment here, in the binary folder. So what I'm going to take is copy the location of this binary folder. And just like before, I do copy as path. It will copy it as a path, and then I delete this, and this is what you have. So this is what you will copy. For you, this is what you will copy, and make sure that your Flutter folder has the name Flutter. Sometimes it might have the version Flutter 20 point so. If it's not, then you must rename it to Flutter, or you have to put in the name of the folder here, the Flutter folder here. So for this now, I copy this, and then I go back to my environmental variable here, and then I click on, you can double click here, or you can click on New, and then you add it here. And you must remove these quotation marks at this place. Once this is done, you can click OK, and it will be saved. And click OK, and click OK. Now, once this is done, for us to test whether what we just did, setting environmental variable, is working, we open our command prompt. This command prompt. You open it. Once you open it, you type Flutter. It should give you the version of Flutter that you have on your system. This is it. Now, you can as well do, let me clear this screen. Let me bring up another screen so it doesn't mess things up. Command prompt. You can type Flutter Doctor. Now, what this Flutter Doctor does is to make sure that all the prerequisites required for you to develop application or websites or desktop application using Flutter are installed and enabled on your system. I'm still going to show you how to make sure you go through this checklist to have all your devices or the setup complete. But for now, we are doing the major or the basic setup which you need for you to be able to at least produce a simple application. So once it shows you this, that means that the Flutter you installed is working. So now sorry. We go back to our IDE here. Now, since I have done this, this is where you open your Explorer. Now we want to start coding on the environment. We want to be able to build an application, run it, and see what it looks like. So for this now, what will happen is that I will say open a folder. You can open an existing project, but since this is a new project, what you do is hold down press Control, Shift, and P. Control, Shift, and P. Control, Shift, and P. P for parent or P for potato. So once you click on it, it will give you all these quick command overview. And then you select Flutter New Project. Once you select this Flutter New Project, it will ask you whether you want to create an application, module, package, plugin, or skeleton. All these things are things you can create. So we want to create a Flutter application. You select the application, and then it will ask you to select the folder, your project folder, where you want to save it to. So for me, I normally save to my desktop. I'll create a new folder here, and the name of my project is mobile app. Mobile app. So that's the name of my project. Once I've created this, I will now select this folder. Now it will tell me to give a name to my application, and I will name it mobile_app. Now, another thing with naming when it comes to Flutter is that you can't use space and you can't use dash. You can only use underscore, or you combine both words together to form one word. You can't have space in it. So with this, I press enter, and it gives me this warning. I say yes, because I was the person that created the folder. Now it's creating my application over here. It's going to add all the files I need for me to start my development automatically here. So with this, it creates all these files here for me. Now, this is, okay, this is for creating, would you like, okay, for now, you like to use recommended? Yeah. Okay, let me say yes, and this. So the two folders that you should be, or the main folder you should concentrate on for now is this library folder. This folder holds all your, files, which you will be using to create your screen, create your logic.
Yeah. Sorry, Chidebe. Can I tell this Adekunle to please mute his mic for him?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Okay. Sorry.
Thanks. Okay, thank.
Okay, so this particular folder holds all the places where you'll be creating your logic and some other stuffs. So by default, it creates the main file for you, and this is what the main file looks like. Another place you should bear in mind. Is this pub/spec YAML file. This is where you import packages. Now, what are packages? Packages are, just like the name sounds, are components you can use to easily fast track your. Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So packages are actually components you can use to fast track development of your app or website. Now, the thing there is that for packages, this is where it is, and this is where you add your packages. You can have, this is for icons. If I want to start using icons, this is what I will use. And then I can add something like Flutter block _block. And then I'll specify the version of the block I want to add, 1.0.0. And once this is done, I can do Flutter on this terminal here. I can do Flutter pub get. it's already running it for me. It's going to get this particular package. It's going to download it from the internet. So with this done, now let me quickly show you how to set up your phone. We want to be able to connect our phone, and once we start building our application, we'll be seeing it right on our phone. So I'm going to stop sharing here and turn over to my phone, to my device. Stop sharing. And here, okay, so this is my device. For you to set up your device, for you to be able to use it to test your applications, you need to go to this place, to your settings. Once you go to your settings, you go to build number. Normally, if you search for it, I normally search for it, but build number is located on about phone. Once you go to this place, you will have your build number here. You have to tap it 5 to 7 times for you to become a developer. Once I'm already a developer, that's why it's showing me this. So you have to tap it 5 to 7 times for you to become a developer. Now, once you've become a developer, you can now go back and look for developer options. Once you come to this place, at first it will have this disabled, this developer option disabled. You have to enable it and then scroll down to where you have USB debugging and enable this guy. Enable the USB debugging. Now it will ask you, you say okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to connect my phone to my laptop so that you will see what pops up on my laptop when I connect it. So I'm using a Type-C charger. You can use any type of charger, any type of cable to connect. So once I connect right now, it brings up a pop-up. It brings up a pop-up for me and asks me USB, this, what I want to do. Now, for this, you have to put it on P2P for you to be able to communicate with your device which you have. Now that's how to set up your phone. Now I'll turn this off and go back to my what's it called, to my system for you to be able to see what it does. So I stop sharing here and then come back to my device here. So on my device, you can see the name of my phone. It's appearing right here. It's appearing here. So once you have it here, we are now ready to build our first app. Now by default, Flutter gives you something like a test application which you can run to be able to know, okay, this application, this Flutter environment is working. So for this, we go to our terminal here. We can click on this and run this code. But I want you to be able to get to know some of the Flutter commands which you need. So for us to run this application, I do Flutter run. And it will start compiling this application for me. Now it's compiling it to Android application, since I am using, it sees this journey, so it picks it automatically. But if I have more than 2 or 3 devices, physical devices connect, it will ask me to choose 1 or 2 or 3 for each and every one of the devices, which I will have to do. And then another thing is that once this is done, it should show on my phone. Now, remember the name we gave to this application, we called it mobile app. That's the same way it's going to appear. And this default application, which is built by Flutter by default, is what we show once the application starts running. Now let's go over to the that for those that don't have a PC, we can try this out by going to this page, that pad.dev. See here, you can run codes directly, do your test running and your tutorial or your integration here. So this is a Dart code, but for us to run a full-fledged application, I choose the counter application, which is exactly what we have on this place. This particular thing is exactly what you have here. All these increments, all these are just what's it called? Comments. So exactly what you have on this, that's what you have here. Now, if I click on this and run this directly, what you will see here is exactly what you will see on the phone. Now, this is where we will now start building our application, manipulating this for us to be able to build our application. Now, for us to change the title of this, our application, we'll have to do, where is the text? We have the title here. The title, we look for the title. The title should be somewhere here. So once we change this title, automatically, let me put my name here, Chidi Ebere, and I refresh this guy. Once I refresh it, it comes to my name. Now we can add functionality. This is another functionality which they added for us to be able to see how this thing works. So this is to increase this guy, basically. And for us to change this, it is doing counter plus plus. If I change this to minus minus, what will happen is that it will start minusing, -1, -2. So here, counter is initialized to 0. We are still going to come to this, but I'm just showing you an overview. So let's go back to my phone. My phone has finished compiling, and let's go back to it. So here, you can see that it has compiled and produced this APK file and installed it on my phone. Installed the APK file here. So I'm going to stop sharing and switch over to my phone to start sharing from my phone. So over here, I have this on my phone. It has already built just the same way the other one was done. You can see what I have here is the same thing as what I have in that folder. So with this environment, which we have set up now, I can start building my application. I can start building it immediately. So let me build a few things, and let me change something here. So I'm going to change something on this. Instead of you have Chidi Ebere, I'll now put my name here just to show you how it responds. And I will refresh. I'll refresh this. I'll reload it. So you see that it automatically brings out my name here. Chidi Ebere have pushed this button this many times. So this is how to install set up our environment for Flutter development and Flutter application. Subsequent, once we start fully by January 2nd, we'll start developing interfaces, login, dashboard, and all the beautiful interfaces which you normally see on any app. And I'll be sharing some of the applications which I have built using Flutter. Or let me show you just one of them. So this is the mobile app. This is the name of the app which we just built now. If I click it, it will open this for me. So this is it to show you that it has been installed physically on this device here. This is it here. So if you have your your system, you can follow these processes to set up your Flutter environment for a mobile app development, or you can go directly to this dashpad. Let me stop sharing and move over to my screen. Move over to my screen here and share this and go to this place for us to be able to practice till you're able to get a system. So that's the end of this session. Thank you. Any questions?
Yes, I don't really have any question, but for me, I'm new to this programming of the thing, so I think I will appreciate it if I will get the video or the recording of this our class.
Yes, of course, I will provide the recording. The morning section I dropped it on the link, and this one as well. I'm going to drop it on the group. This one as well, I will drop it on the group so that you can watch it again and be able to set up your environment.
Okay, exactly. Thank you very much.
All right. So this is the end of this session. If we have no other questions. Thank you all.
Thank you.